everyone. I am Roxy Chronotis with SL20, and tonight we have the last of our Smokefest Sessions interviews, and we are sitting down tonight with Severus 7. He's a DJ and streamer. He's known for his energetic and diverse music sets, and I promise you, he brings the hard beats at each and every performance that he has. We're excited to sit down and learn about his music career and his role in Smokefest this year. Thank you so much for joining us today, especially since it's 5 a.m. for you.
Hello, hi Roxy. Hello everyone. Thank you for having me. Yep, 5 a.m. Used to these times.
So let's talk about 5 a.m. So can we talk about your real life a little bit and like where you're from and how it's 5 a.m. for you right now for us, and how music became such a big part of your life?
So, I am from Pakistan, for people who don't know. I am SL20 plus 12, so yeah, it is exactly 5 a.m. for me. Honestly, I never really had any musical background before Second Life. When I joined SL, I had no clue what a DJ does, what DJ equipment is, or anything like that. I just went to a club, and just was around a lot of people that were into this scene. And I just learned through people and then just did my own research, taught myself how to DJ. And yeah, here we are.
Wow.
That's the short story.
So you're self-taught. That's quite amazing. How long have you been in SL?
I have been in SL for what, 7 years? Yeah.
Nice. You've been DJing for how long at that?
7 years. So I would say I've been DJing for like 6.5 years.
So you got in here and just hit the ground running. With
Yeah,
DJing, that's really awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very random, but at the same time, like, it's weird because no one in my family really has an ear for music. Like, no one really plays guitar or anything like that. It just, I don't know. It's just something, when you find something and you just feel like you're made to do this, like that's how it happened for me. Like, I just had the ear for it, and you know, I I obviously spent a lot of time learning the craft, and yeah, here we are, just you know. And then I later found Twitch, so yeah,
Do you
and
like
has the
streaming on Twitch?
yes, Twitch is a huge part of what I do. Um, I feel like Twitch sets me apart from what other people do is because people actually see what I'm doing, like how I'm doing what I'm doing, watching me get into the music, you know. So I don't do sets at all if I'm not on Twitch. If you ever go to a show where I'm performing, you will always see me on Twitch.
Very nice. Well, watching you on Twitch and when you're DJing, there's this drive that I think we all see, that you want to do the absolute best that you can, and you have so much energy. Where does that drive come from you? What motivates you to be as energetic and amazing as you are?
Well, my biggest motivation comes from the people that actually take the time to listen to my sets, like people that come into my Twitch chat, they bring their energy, like for me, like how I do my DJ sets, I never pre-plan my sets, I never make a pre-playlist or anything like that. I go with the crowd's energy, and I feel like every night when I come, I have to be like better than last time because I want to make people happy. People take the time to come to my shows. They expect
Mm-hmm.
good vibes, a good time. Plus, like, there's so much, like bullshit going on around the world. So like, I want people to have that one time that they take the time to come to my shows. I want them to have a good fucking time. And I want them to remember that. So yeah, that's my main motivation, making people happy, through music and bringing them together.
I think it shows in every set you do, and it's quite amazing. You do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Is there a particular genre that you focus in on, or is everything fair game when it comes to your sets?
I was a very different DJ when I started DJing. I only used to play dubstep. I only used to play all the headbanger stuff. Like that was my bread and butter. But over the years, I've expanded my horizons, you can say. I think that's the right phrase. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I've learned other genres, like house, big room, techno, drum and bass, like Afro house. I'm doing playing a lot of Afro house because I was recently on a vacation, and for 2 weeks when I was on vacation, when I went to the clubs, all I heard was Afro house. So now lately I'm on my Afro house kick. So yeah, like now at first, when you come to my search, you would know that it's just straight up headbanging, straight up headbanging, straight up mosh pitting. Now, it's a journey. It's more of a journey. Like you can expect anything to happen.
Makes it fun too that you can expect anything to happen at Sev Set. Just keep that in mind next time you watch him on Twitch or come to one of his shows in the world.
Yeah.
When you're DJing, you seem to have so much energy. We talked about it's 5 a.m. for you, and you do a lot of your sets in the evening. How do you have so much energy? I don't have that much energy at 5 a.m. So how do you muster all that up? Because you rock it every time. How do you do that?
Honestly, I just love what I do. Like, I feel like I'm very blessed to be in the position where I am, like doing this full time on Second Life and Twitch. Like, not many people can say that. And I'm just blessed to be in this position, and I'm grateful, and I just love what I do, really. That's really where my energy comes from. I never miss out on a Saturday set. I never miss out on my shows, like when I never miss out on my bookings. Um, I love to DJ and perform in front of people.
Nice. So your name, I'm always curious because we all start somewhere in SL, and
Yeah.
I would like to know the origin of your name. Were there other Severuses before you were Severus 7, or what's the story behind that?
So, back in the day, Skype was a big thing,
Hmm.
and um, my real life name is Hamd, and my Skype ID used to be Hamd 007. So when made my first Second Life account, it was Hamd 007 too. I just copied my Skype ID, and I did at the time. I had no clue what Second Life was, what I was getting into, and then people just started calling me 007, and then when I started DJing, I was DJ 007, and but then I changed. I wanted to change my brand. I wanted to
Hmm.
do something different, so I chose Severus 7. Reason why I chose Severus 7 is because, well, Severus is a character from Harry Potter.
Yes.
He's my favorite character in the whole movie series. Um, I just love the name. I don't know. It rang to me, and 7 is just my lucky number. It's a part of me everywhere I go. The number 7. So
Gotcha.
that's how my name came.
So what do you love so much about Severus from Harry Potter? Do you relate to him, or?
I just uh, I just love how his character was like built up. Like we hated him at first,
Mhm.
because he pushed Harry so much in the first movies, and people hate him for that. But at the same time, he was protecting the people he loved. He
Right.
was he was his biggest protector, and we saw that when at the end, in the Deathly Hallows Part 2, when he was dying,
Yeah.
and how much he loved Harry's mother and all of that. So it just hit me. His character just hit me. I love those type of characters, um, who are always trying to protect the world from the shadows.
I agree. He's one of my favorites too. I was
Yeah.
hoping it was Harry Potter related. Ask that question.
Plus, he's Slytherin, so Slytherin is the best house. I don't care what anyone says.
Gotcha. If you're not DJing, which I know you do a lot of, but when you're not DJing in SL, what else are you doing?
I'm trying to learn how to make music. I'm learning music production. I'm taking classes from well-renowned artists, who are in the dubstep scene. Some names I can mention, like Samplifier, Tynan, Art Prophet. You can look up these names. There are huge names in the dubstep scene right now. Um, Other than that, I love gaming with my friends
Hmm.
sometimes. Recently, though, I haven't really had the time to game a lot, but I do love to game. I love Call of Duty.
Just gonna say, what are we gaming? But Call of Duty, okay.
Yeah, Call of Duty. I've just downloaded Once Human. It looks really fun. Gonna try that. And other than that, I love going to the movies. Tomorrow night I'm going to see the new Twisters movie,
Oh, I want to see that one
and
too.
yeah, it looks really. I love the original one, so I'm excited to see the new one.
Me
And
too.
I love going to restaurants as well.
Oh, so you're a
Like,
foodie. What do we get at our restaurants? What's our favorite food?
I honestly I love a nice steak, a nice medium rare steak. That's my favorite.
Medium rare is where it's at.
Yep, that's my favorite.
Oh, I'm so with you on that. The DJ community it's a large community. Um,
Hmm.
who do you have a lot of respect for that you're currently seeing, in SL that's hitting the DJ scene for us?
I have a lot of respect for DJs like Noisy. Um,
Mhm.
I feel like he's one of the most talented, if not the most talented live mix DJ out there. Um, I have respect for people like Lychee Moonwall. He's fucking awesome, and he's been in the scene for a long time as well. Um, yeah, there's DJ Poma out there. He's really good. He's recent. I think he recently joined the scene, and I think he's fucking amazing. Really talented DJ, live mix DJ. The list goes on. There's a lot of talent out there. I feel like there's a lot of talent that still kind of undiscovered.
Oh, I'm
But
sure.
but these are the names that come on top of my head. Like
Hmm.
these. There's another DJ I would name. Bam is a really good DJ. If you guys haven't heard of him, I DJ with him. In the coming weeks, we're doing an event together. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are out there that I respect.
Gotcha. What do you see a mistake that some up and keep? Let me start that over again. What do you see as a mistake that a lot of up and coming DJs are making in SL?
Sorry, are you saying what mistake I see that other DJs
That
are
people are
making?
making. Yeah, sorry, I stuttered through that. We're gonna try that one again.
Um, well, I feel like I feel like people also need to work on their brand.
Mm,
Like, um, I know it's a weird thing to say, but a lot of people just think that it's all just skills and it's all just, what you do with your keyboard or your mouse or your controller. It's not just that. You have to build your brand. You have to
mhm.
build your socials. You have to build your following. It's a huge part of what you do. There's no point of having all the skills in the world if no one's gonna listen to you.
Mm.
So my advice is when you're DJing or when you want to DJ, when you want to start your brand, focus on expanding it. Focus on growing. It's a huge part it's a huge part of being in the scene.
Yeah, I completely agree. We're going to switch topics a little bit. We're going to move over to Smokefest here. So obviously you're on the schedule for Smokefest 3. You can't tell us when yet.
Yes.
But how many years have you been performing with Smokefest?
I have been here since day one,
Day one.
and I have been the closeout DJ for both Smokefest 1 and Smokefest 2. Um, Huge shout out to Nestor for, giving me the opportunity to do that. Um, yes, I've been here since day one, and, I'm always Team Smokefest.
What makes Smokefest different than other music events in SL?
Everything. From the production value, like so much goes in behind the scenes. Like I've seen how people work for Smokefest, I know what happens behind the scenes, like um I always I'm always there, when when they get the SIM, and they place the whole thing down there, like initial setup and everything. Like there's a lot that goes behind the scenes that people don't know about. So
Mhm.
much work, and so much goodwill, like when you have a person that is running this huge event, and his biggest intention is he wants to promote artist, not himself, not his brand or anything, but um, the artist, and the art. Like that's such a good intention, when you have good intentions like that, I feel like that sets you apart from everything that is happening,
I
um
agree.
plus, I've already talked about the production value. There's for Smokefest, the production value in Smokefest, all the crews, the cameraman, then the host, then the backstage managers, then the commentating, you know how that goes,
Yeah.
it's a fucking roller coaster. It's a trip, but it's an amazing experience at the same time,
It's an amazing
Oh,
roller coaster.
yeah.
You did commentate last year from one of the shows. Was
Yep.
it more or less stressful than performing?
Oh, it was less stressful.
Less stressful. Okay.
Less
Sometimes
stressful.
people, struggle through because you're, while you are live mixing, you are on your toes constantly, sometimes coming up with questions or topics because we have to fill airtime or whatever is also kind of stressful sometimes. So I didn't know which one
Yeah.
was worse for you.
Yeah, honestly, like I had a good time commentating because, I feel like I had awesome people that I was working with, like you and MJ. You guys really helped out a
Yeah.
lot too. So, like everyone was nice. It really plus, I don't know, like I basically know everyone there, so like
Hmm.
it was, it felt like home. So it didn't feel
We're
that
one
hard
big
to me.
family.
Exactly. But when it comes to performing, like, it's a different adrenaline. Like, no matter how long you have, like, this happens to real life artists too. No matter how long you have performed, you know, no matter no matter if you DJed at Tomorrowland, Ultra, wherever,
Mhm.
um, you're always gonna be shaky before a set, because a lot of people expect from you. And me, like I was the closeout DJ for both of those smoke fests. Like, people expect me to close this out with a bang out, so that's on
Mhm.
my shoulders too, So like, yeah, it's it's a different adrenaline.
I think a little bit of nerves is always good. It means
Yeah,
you care and it means you have the drive to want to really do well. So I think a little bit of
100%.
nerve, a little bit of nerves is good. What are you
Yep.
most excited for this year for Smokefest?
I'm excited to see all the new people on the lineup,
Mhm.
how they're gonna do. I'm excited to see what differences Nestor brings this year compared to
Mhm.
last year. I'm excited to see the Gorge in Second Life.
Me too.
Me and Nestor, like, we have talked about the Gorge many times. I showed him Base Canyon that happens every year at the Gorge. And we have watched many sets of the happening at the gorge, and we're like wowing and everything. And it's really freaking amazing that he's making it happen. I was really happy when he told me that he was making it happen.
Yeah.
For Smokefest this year. So I'm really excited for the Gorge, for the Second Life Gorge. And yeah, like I'm also looking forward to breaking a lot of necks for during my set. So
We're gonna be headbanging, I'm sure.
we're gonna be headbanging. We're gonna be head.
Little in-depth question for you with Smokefest, because while it's an amazing show and we're going into our third year of this, what do you see in the future for Smokefest? Because there always has to be evolving and change that occurs. While it's great right now, it can't always stay the same. So what do you see that could maybe bring new or fresh things into Smokefest for next year or the following year?
That is a very good question.
It's an in-depth question today.
A very in-depth question. What new you can bring to Smokefest? Well, I feel like a lot of things you are already checking the box. Like you're changing the scenery. You're like the last year. It was different. We were at Bayside. This year we were at Gorge. We're at the Gorge. I feel like I feel like the biggest thing that you can do is bring out more real life. Reach out to more people in real life, through Smokefest. Because Smokefest is streamed on YouTube,
Right.
And there's a lot of people on YouTube, So like, I would love to see Smokefest to be, more accessible to people in real life, I think that would take it to another level. I think that would be really good for Smokefest and for the artists who are performing at Smokefest, I would love to see that happen one day.
That'd be awesome. That would be amazing.
That would be really amazing, like imagine having real life sponsors for Smokefest, Imagine real life artists listening to people, perform at Smokefest. Who knows, maybe someday someone might perform, You never know.
That's very true. Oh, I love it. See, that wasn't too bad. I knew it was gonna be an in-depth question, but we're gonna move to some fun stuff here for you. So we have some music questions. What is one track that never gets old for you, no matter how many times you hear it or play it?
Probably Feel Something by Excision and Illenium.
Okay.
That's probably the one track that will never get old for me.
Moxie Elizabeth has a question for you. They want to know your go-to song to get the crowd pumped up.
There's so many. It's hard to name one. Lately, I guess it's Pink Powder.
Okay.
Lately, it's Pink Powder by the Tuso.
Gotcha. One track that got popular that you just can't stand. A track or a song that got popular that you just can't stand. That everybody wants to hear it and you just don't like it.
Probably Baby Shark. I hate Baby Shark.
There's so many versions of that song.
Yeah, and I hate every single one of them. And when my chat tells me, "Oh, play some baby song," I'm like, "Fuck off." I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I do. That's really what I say. I tell him bye, goodbye, leave me alone.
Gotcha. And a guilty pleasure song. You secretly love it, but you don't want to let everybody know how much you absolutely love it.
That's a hard one because I always play only songs that I like. I don't play songs that I don't like. Damn, I
Anything you're embarrassed about liking?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I like Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift. Is that?
Got some T-Swift going on. Okay. No, that would not be your norm, so that's a little guilty pleasure. I can see that one.
I I guess. Taylor Swift. Listen, Taylor Swift is a badass. I don't know what people. I don't care what people say. She's badass. She's probably the most famous artist right now.
She is.
Like she has so much reach out there
She
to
knows
people.
how to market, and that's what you were talking about earlier, reaching
Yep,
and
yep.
that's
She
what
is.
does so well.
Yeah, she is a badass in my opinion.
Yes. So you have a real life gig coming up in August. August is a busy month for you. We got Smoke Fest and a real life gig.
Yes.
Are you looking to do more real life gigs? And can you tell us anything about the one in real life you got coming up?
So, a funny thing, like this happened last week, and I was going through my booking form for Second Life, if anyone requested bookings, I was going through responses, and the last one I picked, you know, I was like, this is a very Middle Eastern name. Nobody would be named this in SL, and then I saw that they left their WhatsApp number, and they were asking me to reach them out because they wanted to book me. And they asked me and we talked about WhatsApp, and they saw something in my Twitch and they were impressed, and they were like, we want to hire you for this private rave party. It's happening on
Wow.
August 3rd. It's actually happening just like my set is happening just hours before the Smoke Fest opening. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And yes, I do want to do more real life gigs, but it is a bit of a struggle because Pakistan really doesn't have a big rave scene
Mm.
over here. Like, there's no clubs here or anything, you have to, like, most of the parties here that really happen are private, and, it's really hard to get into them. Get into that crowd, really, because it's very, very private, it's very secured, like, because raves are not allowed here publicly. So, yeah, but I definitely, but like it only takes once you get into that scene, like more doors open for you. So that's what I'm expecting, from this. Like I'm
That'd be
excited
awesome.
to do, yeah, like if I get more opportunities, hell yeah, I will fucking do it.
Awesome. So you recently went on vacation. You let me know that you were gone for 2 weeks and you got to learn. You were listening to a lot of effort dubstep and you having some new music hit you. But what was the funniest thing that happened to you
You're
while on vacation?
on vacation? Well, so I was at the club, and there was this one particular club that I would go to almost every night. They had really nice cocktails,
Mhm.
and the music was good, like compared to other clubs, I liked the music there. The DJs were really good too. Then this one night, there was Saturday night, they brought out a belly dancer, and I was like, oh shit, belly dancer, damn. That's my jam. So, I was like so like you have the DJ booth, you have the dance floor, and then you have all the seating, and I was like right in the center, And the first part, she went to every single table, but she came to me first, and
Oh gosh.
then she came to me first. She started dancing in front of me, doing her thing, and like then she kissed my forehead, and
Aw.
my friend started laughing. I think that was the most funniest thing, but I was living that moment. I was living that moment. Just saying.
I love it.
Yeah.
One last fun question for you. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Hell no.
Okay,
Hell
good.
no. Hell no.
Gotcha. Okay, good. I think that's an important relationship question to ask. Like before you get too far into a relationship with anyone, I think you need to know if they put pineapple on pizza.
Like the person who created that monstrosity needs to. I don't know. I don't know. I can't do. I'm sorry, but I can't do pineapple on pizza.
No problem. I can't eat it. So what is next for Severus 7? What's next on the horizon for you?
What's next on the horizon for me? Well, I am obviously we have Smokefest coming. I have a lot of other events coming too. Um, you guys, for those of you who don't know, I always perform on Saturdays at the Apothecary. We do themed events every night, and we have been killing it every single week. Shout out to Libby and Eve who do an amazing job always. Um, then obviously I have my real life gig, and I'm trying to focus more, like on real life gig stuff. Like I want to be able to do that more.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to do that where I'm from, but once the doors open, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm slowly getting into music production more. I'm understanding it more, and I'm looking forward to the day where I make my own music. Um, yeah, and we'll see what else happens. We'll see what else happens. I'm always on Twitch, always looking
Yes, you
forward,
are.
always, I'm trying to hit partner on Twitch, and that's also one of my goals, getting that purple mark right next to my name. So, yeah.
Gotcha. So you need more followers. So okay, we'll drop your socials here in a little bit to help you out there with that. So Young is asking, what is something most people don't know about you?
What is something that most people don't know about me? Man, I'm an open book. I don't know what there is that. Um, well, I guess I've never had alcohol before my vacation. I've never had a single drop of alcohol.
You get to experience
Um,
that over here over your vacation. How was that for you?
I was on my vacation and I was like, man, I just need to, let loose a little bit. So I had a few cocktails here and there, and now I'm craving a beer every now and then. So
Oh gosh.
yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, is there anything you want to talk about that we didn't touch on today? Or I think we talked about a lot today, but is there anything that you wanted to let your fans out there know or your followers?
Well, I just want to say, first of all, thank you to you guys for having me, SL20, Roxy. I appreciate you guys, Eddie
Of
over there.
course.
I appreciate Nestor, for giving artists a platform, where they can talk about themselves. I think it's very important that people get to know about the artist too, and that's what I love about Smokefest too, that it lets you know about people, and their stories. And
Yeah.
everyone has a different story, and it's really fucking awesome when it all comes together.
Yeah.
Um, I want to say thank you to all the people that have always supported me over the years, like I wouldn't be where I am without those people, and if those people are listening, they know who they are. Um, I want to appreciate all the people that take the time to come to my sets, support my Twitch stream and everything, like this is what I do, I live for this stuff. This is my full time, second life in Twitch. So I just appreciate everyone's time and everyone's support, And I want to say one more thing is that if
Hmm.
you're an upcoming artist, an upcoming DJ, you know, don't uh, don't just rely on other people. Like you gotta focus on yourself. Just keep working hard. Don't worry about what other people say or what other people are doing. Focus on what you're doing, and focus on your brand. And if you stay consistent, good things will happen because consistency is the key, and that's what worked for me. That's all.
Awesome. Well, thank you so very much for spending time with us today and letting us dig into your music and learn a little bit more about you. If you want to connect with Zev, you can visit his Linktree. I'm going to drop it in the comments here, but it is at Linktree and it's Severus7 with the number 7 at the end. So be sure to connect and follow his Discord and Twitch and Facebook and make sure we'll help him get to that status that he needs on Twitch.
Hell yeah! Thank you. I
Um,
appreciate that.
SmokeFest is approaching quickly. You want to connect with their Linktree as well. They are at Linktree /SmokefestSL. I will drop that as well. Some important dates that we want to know. The pre-party is this Saturday, July 20th at Pixel Swagger. It is from 3 to 7 p.m. Some amazing artists that are going to be up for our pre-party, and it's going to be a blast. So make sure we check that out Saturday, July 20th from 3 to 7 p.m. SLT. The event opens on August 3rd at 10 a.m. and show one is August 3rd starting at 3 p.m. going to 9 p.m. SLT. So be sure to check it all out. You want to connect with SL20 as well. They are at Linktree at SL20.org. I'm going to drop that here for you. And don't forget, we do have Camp Gorgeous. It is nestled right next to the Gorge Amphitheater. It has perfect cabins for you and your besties to stay at before you climb that rocky path to Smokefest, and will also be used as the overflow region. Because if once Smokefest gets full and you don't want to miss out, you can come to our overflow region. Thank you all for spending time with us today and your questions in chat and watching, and we can't wait to see everyone in about 2 weeks. Thanks again, Sev.
Hell yeah, thank you. See you guys at Smokefest. Let's fucking go.